Well, good morning, everybody. Our first map today comes from Penn State University. By the way, one of the top institutions in the world for atmospheric sciences and meteorology, right up there with my alma mater, University of Illinois. But their map, I love this. I think any first-year student in atmospheric sciences at either university would have no trouble identifying where the front is this morning. This map shows just the last 24 hours of temperature change. In parts of Iowa, we're between 45 and 50 degrees colder right now this morning than we were yesterday. And the front that's coming through here is going to continue to sweep to the east. It's going to carry what's still spinning here in Nicole farther up to the northeast and really deliver a lot of very heavy rainfall. But this is the beginning of a pretty significant, about 10 to 15 day shift in temperatures. It'll probably last through Thanksgiving, and that's actually going to change the entire pattern. I'll give you the latest here in just a few moments. Now, over the last few days, we've had some pretty heavy snow. Remember that deep low that came out of parts of California and then moved right here over the Rockies and then out over the open plains did deliver quite a bit of snow. We saw 1 to 4 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada, very heavy snow throughout the central and northern Rockies. And then it came out to parts of Montana, and this is where the actual amount of snow really outperformed the models. We did see several places in here picking up 6 to 12 inches of snow. Then that heavy corridor, which was pretty well identified by the models, the WPC and NOAA, we did have places in here that got over 18 inches of snow with very strong winds, well in excess of 35 miles an hour. So this is through this morning, and here is the map that shows you total precipitation during that same time period. So this is liquid equivalent, and what we've got here, in addition to that system, was Nicole. Parts of Florida picked up more than 6 inches of rainfall out of Nicole, and very heavy rains have spread through parts of Georgia and South Carolina already, and we're going to see a lot more in this area. The concern today is the severe weather risk. So we do have across parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, and then Virginia, there is actually a tornado watch until 3 p.m. It actually covers almost the same area as the slight risk that you see here. And that's just because within the circulation around what's left of Nicole, we just have a near perfect wind shear profile to produce storms that can spin up small tornadoes. So we just need to be on the lookout for that today, plus the risk of very heavy rainfall. We're also watching another system come out of the Red River Valley of the South, a little bit better resolved in today's model forecast. It's going to run right over the Ohio River Valley. And yeah, there could be some snow with this, but on the southern side, we have to watch out for some stronger storms. So let's go look at all of it by going right to the high-res NAM. We're going to pick this up, how about right here, about 7 o'clock this morning. So here's the main frontal boundary from the leftovers of that blizzard, and then we've got Nicole here. So as we play this forward, Nicole moves over the Appalachian Mountains by 5 o'clock tonight, and that's where we're going to watch for these scattered storms down here in parts of Texas. It'll be this evening. The heaviest rains will push up into eastern Ohio, and then they're going to move through parts of New England. Now, chasing this is going to be this low that comes out again out of the Red River Valley. And in the overnight hours, there could be a bit of a mix here in parts of Arkansas with some snow and freezing rain, but storms down farther to the south. And that's going to move right over kind of where the Ohio and the Mississippi come together here in Illinois, Missouri, and Kentucky. And you can see that the model's attempting on Saturday to spread some snow right there into parts of southeastern Illinois, Indiana, and into Ohio. And while all that's going on, there is quite a bit of lake effect snow going around here as well, and much colder temperatures throughout the United States. We do have a weak low that's trying to move into Oregon and Northern California as well during the same time period. Again, this is Friday night into Saturday morning, but it doesn't amount to too much at this point. You can see the lake effect snow through the weekend here on those strong northwest winds, very warm lakes, but very cold air coming behind this. And there is going to be multiple little shortwave troughs like the one coming over Montana here on Sunday that could just deliver some snowfall. Now, who's not getting the moisture over the next 10 days? Let's go there. This map shows the probability of receiving less than a ½ inch of liquid equivalent. So some of this will be snow and some of this will be rain. So you can see where we're staying dry, right here in the Midwest and then a big section of the western half of North America, because there's this massive ridge building into Alaska. The flow comes out of the northwest, and that's just a dry setup for much of the country. Since I mentioned snow, let's go take a look at a couple of maps here. With that cold air, we're going to have multiple chances for snow showers. Now, the lake effect snow will be on, and we're going to see systems push up against the Rockies here in Montana. But we have chances of seeing some snow orbiting around this trough that's going to have multiple little waves that come with it. Here's the chance of getting 3 inches of snow And here's the chance of getting 6. So we can kind of see a lot of this will be lighter snowfall. No major winter storms are forecast like the one that we just saw. But we're still watching a few things, and I want to show it to you on the latest European run. So this starts off, there we go, this morning. And as we've already seen through the weekend, here's that second low we're going to watch right here. So that one moves over the Ohio River Valley and then gets pulled into the northeast. And behind it, a lot of cold air, a lot of lake effect snow. So that just took us back through Sunday, where we've already seen. Now let's play into early next week, because there is a shortwave that we saw very well resolved in the models the last 2 days, coming down into parts of New Mexico. Look at all the light scattered snow here in the north, though. But take a look at this low here. This is 6 a.m. Monday. This is midday Monday, and that's getting into Monday evening. The models continue to resolve heavier snows coming out of New Mexico into the panhandles, and I think there's going to be the risk of strong to severe storms in eastern Texas that pull into Arkansas and Louisiana. Now remember, this is just one short wave absorbed into the deeper flow coming around the Great Lakes. So as this gets pulled north, we're going to have to just watch carefully on the northern side of this overnight on Monday night into Tuesday morning and throughout the day for just the chance for some heavier snows mixed in with some of this rain. I just can't rule out the possibility of some of this getting turned over to snow. Then that moves on through the eastern Great Lakes into New England. We'll watch for snow on the northern side of this, and that clears the east coast, bringing another front over the mid-Atlantic through the Carolinas down to the southeast. Now behind that, another Arctic front begins to push right here into Montana, so we're going to put some snow down there on Thursday of next week, and still quite a bit of snow showers in this area, especially centered on the Great Lakes. Now, that pattern I've been talking about, by the time we get out there to next Friday, there's the one ridge, there's the second, and then here's the deeper trough we keep talking about. But this is kind of the pattern shift we expect to start to manifest itself across the United States once we get probably out there toward Thanksgiving. That's when the pattern's going to start to open up and move again. But as it stands, the current week 2 forecast is drier for most, as we're kind of tucked into that colder air. But this is the beginning right here of that wetter pattern we expect to start to manifest itself out there after Thanksgiving. Okay, temperatures. Yeah, it's very cold, and it's going to continue to get cold as the warmer air that's east just gets moved out. There it goes. That's Saturday's high temperatures into Sunday and Monday. It's kind of interesting. You see almost the entire country here with some form of very cold air across it here. And we play this out there into next Wednesday and Thursday, and that just continues. Now, day 5 through 10, day 10 through 15 are shown here, and it won't be, like I said, until we get past the ridge over Alaska that links to the one over Scandinavia that this pattern starts to break. But we're getting some hints of that occurring. But again, this is November 21 through the 25th, so it'll be after Thanksgiving. I think that's really going to start to shift around. At least that's my current thinking. Okay, last thing. Get a good look at the report today. We do talk again about the long-range forecast for November 25th to December 25th and what that might look like. There's a lot of evidence with this resurgence of La Nina to get back into a pattern that delivers quite a bit of moisture to the west. And then after that, be also sure to read about what's going on in South America. Yesterday and the day before, total precipitation was mainly concentrated pretty far to the south. So from Buenos Aires over toward Cordoba, up toward the Paraná River, there was a lot of places that missed this rainfall. And the newest forecast, let me just show this to you. You notice we still have more heavy rains that are coming down here south and then, into Paraná and southern Brazil. But this little corridor through here, which was recently missed and remains quite dry, we're going to continue to see problems there as we go forward, because the models just don't really fill that area in with much more than 10 to 20 millimeters of rainfall. So that's well less than an inch, and they need quite a bit in this region. So I would say that the earlier in the week forecasts we released, the models certainly kind of over-predicted the rainfall in parts of Argentina, which is going to be front of mind going forward into the month of rest of November into December with drought issues. So we'll keep an eye on all of that, and hope you all have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Monday. Thank you.